From this video, I am going to cover two very important areas for the ACCA Financial Management students. One area I am going to cover, it is the ACCA FM or Financial Management paper structure. Other one is how you should attempt your final paper. So let's come to the first part, which is your paper structure. So if you take the Financial Management paper, there are three areas: Part A, Part B and Part C. If you take Part A, you have 15 OTQ and MCQ type questions. For each question, you will be getting 2 marks. So for 15 questions, 2 marks. From Part A, your 30 marks will be covered. Next is Part B of your paper. If you take Part B, you have 3 10-mark questions. For each 10 mark, they will give a scenario and they will ask 5 questions based on the scenario. For each question, you will be getting 2 marks. So for each question 2 marks, likewise for 5 questions 10 marks based on one scenario. Likewise, you will have 3 scenarios for your Part B. So in total, for each question 10 mark, 10 mark, 10 mark. For your section B or Part B of your paper, you will be getting 30 mark. So for your Part A 30 mark, Part B 30 mark. So MCQ type question and OTQ type question, in total you will be getting 60 marks for your financial management paper. And last section in your financial management paper is Part C. If you take Part C, you have 2 20-mark questions. For each 20-mark question, you will be getting certain numbers and certain theories. So if you take numbers approximately for one question, you will be getting like 9 to 11 marks numbers and remaining will be the theories. Likewise, you have 2 20-mark questions. So from that, if you take the Part C of your paper, you will be getting 40 marks. So for your Part A 30 marks, Part B 30 marks, Part C 40 marks. In total, this is how your 100 marks are calculated for the ACCA Financial Management paper. So if I am giving you further understanding about your financial management paper, I said your Part C of the paper, you have 2 20-mark questions. If you take these 2 20-mark questions, they will test from working capital, investment appraisal, business finance. From these 3 sections, they will test 2 sections for 2 20-mark questions. And next is Part B of your paper. If you take the Part B, I said you there are 3 10-mark scenario based questions. So one scenario based question will be from risk management, another scenario based question will be from your business valuation. So remaining third scenario based question will be from the area that they didn't test from the Part C of your paper. I said you for the Part C of your paper, they can test from business finance or working capital or investment appraisal. That means from these 3 areas, they will test only 2 areas, either business finance and investment appraisal. If not business finance and working capital, if not working capital and investment appraisal. So they can test only 2 areas or 2 sections from the Part C of your paper. So remaining section will be covered in the Part B 10 mark. So if you take the Part B of your paper, 3 10-mark questions, one 10 mark will be from the risk management, another 10 mark will be from the business valuation, another 10 mark will be from the area which they didn't cover from the Part C of your paper. And if you take the Part A, from Part A you will get MCQ and OTQ type questions from the entire syllabus. So this is how your entire financial management paper structure is constructed. So now I will give you certain steps that you should follow in order to do your financial management final paper. So the steps that I am going to tell you now, these are the steps that I have given for all my ACCA students as well as for my country prize winners and world prize winners. I have given the same steps, so they have followed these steps in order to clear their final exam. So this is just my recommendation. If you have got familiar with any other steps, it's perfectly fine. You can proceed with whatever the steps that you have got familiar with in order to do your final exam. So the steps that I am recommending for you, when you are doing your final exam, from your Part A, you have 15 questions. From that 15 questions, pick like maybe 5 easy questions. Obviously, you will have out of that 15 questions, 5 easy questions will be there. So try to get all the questions correct. Okay, all 5 questions that you picked as easy. Don't do the difficult questions. Okay, keep the difficult questions to do at last. Then move to Part B of your paper, which is scenario based questions. I said you there are 3 scenario based 10-mark questions will be there. So complete all the Part B questions. That means complete all 3 scenario based questions. Okay. Then move to Part C. fully complete your part C also, don't keep anything left out, fully complete part C. Then finally what you have to do, you have to move to the part A, whatever the questions that you found difficult. Since you fully completed part B, since you fully completed part C, what are the questions that you are left out with, whatever the difficult questions that you found in part A. Then during the last minutes of your exam, you can completely finish off whatever the questions that you found difficult. Okay. And another suggestion that I am giving to you, don't keep any questions unanswered. If you don't know the answer, just mark any answer. Sometimes you can get the correct answer if you mark the correct one. If you take this financial management paper, actually it is a paper that you can pass easily if you plan out properly and if you know all the concepts and theories with the proper understanding. So if you take the part A of your paper, I said you there are 15 questions. Out of that 15 questions, there will be easy 5 questions. So if you can get all 5 questions correct, which is easy, you will be able to score 10 marks from that part. Then if you take the part B, you have 3 10-mark scenario based questions. For each scenario, minimum there will be 2 easy questions. So for 3 scenarios, 6 easy questions. That means you can score another 12 marks. For each question, you will be getting 2 marks. So from part A, you have scored 10 marks. From part B, you have scored 12 marks. That means in total 22 marks you have scored as of now. And if you take the part C, in your part C, you have 2 20-mark questions. Out of that, for one 20-mark question, minimum you have 9 number questions. So 9-mark number question for one question, a 9-mark another number question for another question. So in total numbers you have 18 marks. Out of that 18 marks, easily you can score another 12 marks. So if you take the part A, you have scored 10 marks, part B 12 marks, 22, from the number questions 12, that means as of now you have scored 34 marks. And you have not attempted all your theory questions which is there in the part C. So theory questions will be there for one question approximately for like 11 marks, for another question 11 marks. So in total for 22 marks. You just think and see, for each mark if you can write a valid point, okay. If you can write 22 valid points, you can score that 22 marks as well. Let's assume you will be able to write only 11 valid points. Out of that 22 valid points that you have to write, you will be able to write only 11 valid points. That means you will be able to score another 11 marks. So from part A 10 marks, from part B easy questions you scored 12 marks, that means 22. From the number questions 12 marks, 34. From this whatever the theory areas another 11 marks, 45 marks you have scored as of now. Now what you have to understand, you have certain difficult questions, 10 difficult questions in part A. If you take your part B of the paper, we considered only 6 easy questions. That means there are 9 difficult questions that you have. So in total 19 questions that you are left out with in order to score that remaining 5 marks. So from 19 questions, scoring that 5 is it a difficult task? No. So this is how you have to plan out your exam. If you plan out properly, if you know the concepts properly, passing financial management paper is very easy. So I hope you got some valuable points from this video for your financial management paper, and I have done a comprehensive revision program for ACCA financial management paper. You can purchase that program. Link is available there in the description. I have done this program for very reasonable price. So this is actually a question based revision program. I have covered like 100 MCQ and OTQ type questions and 6 constructed response questions, and I have included certain exam tips and certain other valuable points for your ACCA financial management paper. And apart from that, my full ACCA course is in progress. So once it is done, I will upload that particular link also in the description, so you can purchase the full ACCA financial management course once I am done with that program. So if you like my video, don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe my channel to watch my future videos.